You want me to put that on my todger?
This one's wife clinging to royal status. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. Hypocrite that she is, this one's wife routinely distances herself from the royal family. She does so in terms of having little to do with them, although much of it is now reciprocated as a consequence of excellent advice that they don't want anything to do with her. That she has set herself up as a celebrity that doesn't do anything other than tag along and piggyback other people's events. Somebody who has no actual ability or talent in her own right and is increasingly just known for originally being known as a consequence of the man that she married. This talent-free zone manages to pop up on a regular basis as she desperately tries to convince the world that she's morphed into this celebrity that you should utilize for endorsement of your latest perfume, clothing line, or electric car. Oddly enough, so far there have been no takers, because, unlike her deluded mind, everybody else can see through that there's nothing to be gained in having her on board. Nevertheless, she continues to cling to that royal title, and as you can see in the thumbnail to this video, the announcement of her appearance wasn't this one's wife, the celebrity, but this one's wife, the Duchess of Sussex. Yes, there it is on the scoreboard for all to see. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, this one's wife, Duchess of Sussex, and using that ridiculous cipher that they've created also. Unsurprising, really, because after all, what has she got other than a connection to royalty? Absolutely the square root of fuck all. Although she despises the royal family because they could not be controlled, she clings onto that title with the desperation of an individual clinging onto a life raft after escaping the sinking Titanic. She clutches hold of that title and continues to readily use it, because, of course, that was a residual benefit of her relationship with Prince Harry, and through the delusion of her narcissism, she doesn't see anything wrong in criticizing the institution, claiming that it's racist, and then still using a title that has been conveyed by that supposedly racist institution. She smacks of hypocrisy to high heaven, but her narcissism generates such hypocrisy, and therefore it is of no surprise. The Mail reports on their attendance by explaining that Prince Harry and this one's wife made a surprise visit to a NHL hockey game last night, where the Duke of Sussex dropped the first puck, just like the Queen did 2 decades ago, and then the couple danced to Simple Minds. Seems pretty apt, if you ask me, as the girls flew in. The Californian-based couple watched the Vancouver Canucks beat the San Jose Sharks 3-1 from a VIP box at the Rogers Arena, at one point enjoying the action while cuddling and later jumping in the air to cheer. Facade management. Look at me, I'm so in love in my idyllic relationship. When the Canucks won the match, Harry leapt up and this one's wife put down her wine glass so they could both dance to celebrate the victory as Simple Minds hit Don't You Forget About Me, which of course is quite possibly a narcissistic anthem for this one's wife, as the worst thing that could ever happen to her is that people forget about who she is. But also with them was another tag-along. Yes, it was Marcus Anderson, third wheel in the marriage, a friend of this one's wife from Toronto, when she was filming Suits, who helped organise her first date with Harry in London. He is described as the second most important man in her life after her British husband. Now, Harry might want to ask some questions as to why the fuck does he have to come along? Why don't we just go to watch the hockey and do some grifting? But no, she has to bring along Marcus Anderson as well, a loyal lieutenant. Or might it be viewed as he is her handler and she is Prince Harry's handler? Anderson is there being photographed, and I have to say he's not aging particularly well, but that's by the by. But it's another appearance by the Sussexes, and one where she demonstrates that total hypocrisy of ensuring that her title is used. Apparently, the Mail tells us that they're in Canada for work. Not something that these two are particularly familiar with, in relation to promoting the next Invictus Games, which will be held in Vancouver and Whistler in February 2025. Their visit came a week after a whistleblower told Mail Online that the Games are in turmoil after two of its most senior executives were dismissed for no apparent reason with just over a year to go. There are various pictures, of course, and as you see them glide across your screen, you'll notice that this one's wife is engaging in her usual attention-seeking activity, which is holding up her hands as high as she possibly can and causing those massive flippers of hers to waft through the air like a pissed-up ninja. Yes. The fact is that she has to draw attention to herself with her exaggerated clapping, and also she couldn't give a rat's ass as to which side won, just as long as she's photographed supposedly having a good time. You'll see in one of the photographs that she even manages, with the customary expertise, to pick out the camera, staring straight into the lens and loving every moment of it as she drinks in the fuel. This one's wife has long been associated with the Soho House properties due to her long-standing friendship with Marcus Anderson, the lifestyle club chain's chief membership officer. Mr. Anderson was also at the Canucks game last night, at one point standing with the Duchess of Sussex to cheer the team. It was Anderson who arranged a private room at Soho House in London for the Monty Shitshow-based couple's first date, while this one's wife threw a low-key hen night ahead of her 2018 wedding at Soho Farmhouse in Chipping Norton in the United Kingdom. Originally, he invited her to join Soho House when she was still a TV soap actress in Toronto, and it was Marcus who facilitated all of Harry and this one's wife's early dates in London and Oxfordshire. This one's wife's friend, Marcus, is very good friends with New York-based fashion designer Misha Nunu, who is said to have introduced this one's wife and Harry to each other, although, as you know, their introductory story keeps on changing. Both Marcus and Misha spent time with the royal newlyweds, staying for extended stretches with them in the United Kingdom before Megxit. He hangs around still, evidently looking to perhaps puppeteer Harry or this one's wife, and there is something rather creepy about the fact that he continues to turn up at events such as this. Are they enjoying a three-way afterwards? Who knows? What influence is he exerting over the gruesome twosome? The fact is that here they are, soaking up the hospitality, no doubt turning up at somebody else's expense, and in the course of doing so, ensuring that the world are reminded that they're royalty, because after all, they've fuck all else to offer to the world, and therefore she demonstrates her usual hypocrisy by saying, I don't want to be part of the royal family, I'm going to continue to criticise them, but by the way, I am the Duchess of Sussex, and don't you forget that. Her nauseating hypocrisy, as once again she clings to royal status. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.